Ladies and gentlemen, Hex community of all ages, hey, Jake Freedom here, coming to you live from YouTube for this week's Hex Update Saturday for December 13th, 2014. And wow, what a week it has been. We all know that Shattered Destiny finally released. And if you watched my video the day it released there, I did a giveaway there and did a 100 card pack opening. And let me tell you, this set is pretty neat. Drafting this set for the very first time is very odd. You're familiar with some of the cards because you've seen the spoilers, and there's the list that you can see on HEX TCG's website. But actually using them and drafting them and how well are they going to work in a draft is a totally separate thing there. So the first time I drafted, I had no idea what I was doing. I think I won the first round, but lost in the second round. It just felt so totally weird. So now that I've been drafting a little bit more, the set's a little more familiar. You kind of know what's going to work, what's not going to work, and what people have been saying is that humans are really, really powerful, and I will have to agree they are. There's a lot of things you can do with humans. They give a lot of attention to them. So that's kind of one of the staples, I think, that's happening in draft. So we'll see. Time will only tell. Something else will probably come out. I see Wild is pretty powerful too. They can ramp really quick, and they got some really big troops, especially those guys, those Bucktooth Commander guys or whatever they are. They do a one-shot, give everybody +2, +0. That's pretty big right there. Anyway, so that's the Shattered Destiny obviously released, and they did a patch. Some people probably maybe experienced some problems. They did the patch, and then things didn't work, and then they rolled out a hot fix. They said if you patch prior to this, you're gonna have to reinstall the game. I had to do that. No big deal. It was pretty simple. I just did a repair install basically. But yeah, there's a huge list of patch notes. It's the longest list I think I've seen to date. This is even longer than the King Gabriel patch. There's just so much stuff on there. I'm not going to go. They changed a lot of cards because they improved all the templating stuff. They got rid of some words, and they like shuffling. They got rid of the word shuffling on the cards, and they just put into your deck. They just did some overall templating improvements, and there's an article on the hextcg.com that actually explains that. And I'll go ahead and link all these articles in the description down below so you guys can read those. I'm certainly not going to go through all the patch notes. That would just take way too long and it'd be really boring. But some of the highlights here for the patch notes is that obviously the new set's in, and they have some new keywords: lethal, skyguard, and tunneling. Everybody, I'm sure, is familiar with these. Lethal is pretty cool. I like that. Especially you have there's a blood card called Lethal Weapons, and it gives 2 troops. Up to 2 troops lethal, and so you have to have a troop that has at least 1 damage, though. It has to do, so you can't put it on an 0-1 battle hopper and expect it to do lethal. It has to do at least 1 damage. But if you can do that, you can actually get rid of some pretty strong troops by just using lethal there. Obviously yours is going to die as well, but you use a very small card to get rid of a very big card, and I like that. I like lethal. Skyguard I haven't seen used against me too much. I have some cards, I've played against some cards that have it, but they haven't actually used it. Tunneling is another one too that is pretty interesting. I haven't used tunneling a whole lot, but what I can tell is like some of the more expensive cards that have tunneling on them, you can get them, just tunnel them for 2. If you don't have anything to do in turn 2, you can tunnel something for 2, and it's going to come into play 3-4 turns later. So it's kind of nice to be able to get that card out there. If you tunnel it for 2, and it takes 4 turns to come out, it only costs you 2 resources, obviously 4 turns, but like the excavation bot, I think it is, you can tunnel him for 2, and he pops out 4 turns later, and he's a 4/4. So it's kind of nice to be able to tunnel everything for 2. Some of them are worth it, some of them aren't. You just kind of have to look at the card text there and see, is it going to pay off to tunnel this one, or should I just hard cast it? It's tough to say. You just have to read them. I haven't played with all the tunneling cards yet, so let's see here. 5 new champions are in Shattered Destiny. Let's take a look at those champions. That's not what I want to go. That's the inventory stash. All right. New champions here. You have Bunoshi, the Ruthless. And his ability is for 3 resources. You can sacrifice a troop. Another troop gets +2/+2 permanently. See, the other one is, obviously you guys have seen these. This one here, 7 resources, put target troop from your graveyard into play. I think that could be useful. Definitely not in draft, I don't think. Well, maybe, you know, it's just some of these higher cost troops for their charge powers just don't always really work out in draft. Unless you're playing cards that gain you charges. Crackling Vortex, there's the Inductocopter bot, which every time it attacks, he gains a charge. Crackling Boom, I think it is, she gives you 4 health and a charge. You know, if you're playing things like that, then maybe the higher cost champions in draft would actually work out. You know, but if you're not playing anything that gains you extra charges, probably not the greatest idea to choose some of these high cost ones. You know, 4 cost is about the most I've ever gone. I don't think I've ever even used anything higher than a 4 cost. I like the 2 cost ones or the 3 cost ones. They work out really well. This guy here is you target troop you control and your troops in all zones that share a trait with it get +1/+0, and trait means, I think they're talking about like undead or zombie or human, or I think those are the traits that they're talking about. I haven't played around with it a whole lot, but from what I remember reading, that's what they mean by traits. And then you have Daughter of Stars for 10 charge powers. You can put each opposing troop into its controller's hand. Now, if you can ramp this up quickly, if you can get a lot of charge powers and play this earlier the better, you know, it'll work out. I haven't used this one. I think it has potential. I don't know. We'll see. It's just, you know, getting to 10 probably not going to be too hard if you build your deck around it. This is definitely not going to be a draft one unless you draft the dream deck where you have all the things that gain you charges, and you're actually in blue. Then maybe you can. That's my feeling on that one. And this guy here for 5, I actually just finished a draft, and the guy was playing this here. Troops you control get +1/+1, and he was using those cards with 1-shots, give everything +2/+0. Ran me over. You know, the deck I was playing, let's see. I've drafted 3 times so far. I drafted twice yesterday. The first time I went into it was my second draft total for set 2. And awful draft. Awful draft. It just, the packs just weren't very powerful. There was not a lot of power level in them. I think I drafted like a Shinhir deck, but I had no way to pump up my Shinhir. Dumb. I should have picked this guy as the champion instead of the Shinhir Ranger. But anyway, so yeah, I lost first round there. Then I played another one. I started at like 2:30 my time, and I had to leave at 5. So I'm like, you know what? Maybe we'll go out round 1, round 2. No big deal. I'm just getting some of the getting those dark inspired Punisher cards, the AAs. And lo and behold, I go past the first round. Went 2-1. Went 2-1 in the second round. I get the third round, and it's 5 o'clock. And I'm like, well, here's your chance for a free Phil Cape. I can't play, so I had to concede. Both games there, so he won that. No big deal. Today, I played, got in there. My opponent conceded the first game because his draft bugged out, and so I got into the second round, and it was pretty tense. See, I won the first one in like 4 minutes. The deck I was playing used the Arena Regular, which every time you gain a charge, it does damage, and then I had some the Raider Orc, which is 1. And then with his text is if another Orc you control, this one gets +1/+1, so he comes out as a 1-cost 2/2. Then I was playing the other 2-cost, and when it comes into play, other Orcs you control or other 1-cost cards get +1/+1. So if I had that opening hand, the thing would just wreck everybody because it was so fast. So that was my opening hand the first game. The second game I didn't get it. The third game I got it again and wrecked him. When I came into the third round, though, the guy was playing this guy here with low-cost, high-powered troops. He pumped him up, and I had nothing. I was shy on Shards the third game. I think I had three resources by turn 6, and I'm like, I can't do anything. It's way too late now to even try to come back from that. The deck just wasn't built for being able to deal with very large troops late game. It could deal with some, but not a whole board full. So I was like, well, oh well, here's your Phil Cape, you know. And that was his first one, so that's cool. Good job to him. Still looking to go 3-0. Haven't done it yet. Someday. Maybe we'll do it today. Maybe we'll do it tomorrow. I don't know. So anyway, that's the reason the video's a little bit later, because I've been having so much fun doing this release celebration drafting. Hopefully you guys are too. It is super fun, and the cool thing is I don't know if it's a bug or not, but I entered the last tournament. The tournament I entered there, I got a set 1 primal pack. I heard some people talking about it. I don't know if it's a bug just for entering the tournament. I wish it was a set 2, but hey, a primal pack's a primal pack, right? So yeah, those are the champions there. I'm getting used to the chain change. It just, I know at first I said, you know, I don't know if I like the chain right in the middle there, but the more I play the game and the more I use it, the more I see it, I think it's better than going up on the side there. You know, I know I said at first, I'm like, I don't like it at all, but I think I like it. You know, I think I like it. It's easy to read, but you know, I think it is definitely better than being on the side. Definitely better. So anyway, let's see what else. I haven't gotten to a point where the cards stack yet, so I don't know how exactly that works, if that's affecting anybody. I think I read somewhere in chat that somebody's having some problems with it. I think that was just maybe a one-time deal there. So anyway, let's see what else we got. Those are like I said, I'll link these patch notes. They're huge. I'm sure some of you guys have read them. You can take a look at them if you want. I would say there's well over 100 different changes, and a lot of them are card text. A lot of them are card text changes, and some cosmetic changes and whatnot. Let's see, obviously the release celebration is going on this weekend, and there is a list of cards you can see on their website. I'll post that in here in the description as well, so you guys can take a look at all the cards. If you don't want to do that, like I said before, go into your filters, click show all items, filter by set, and you can see all the cards that way and see which ones you don't have. Let's see here, another one. They just they say HEX update, your destiny is here. They're talking about that the launch was successful, and I hope everybody has fun in these weekends release celebration drafts there. Also, the VIP alternate art, Zentoth's Inquisitor and the Menacing Grolk AA. December is going to be the last month you can get those, and then they're going to retire them. So if you don't have them, this will be your last month you can try to get them. I think I only have a couple of them, so we'll try it again. I think this month it's going to be, I think it's sealed. Yes, don't miss out on this month's sealed deck. So we'll do sealed and see what we can do, and we'll go from there. Maybe we'll end up with 4, maybe we'll only end up with 3. Who knows? And then also a big announcement was the 5 Shards Shard Cup series, the Blood Cup that's coming up here. It's going to be on the December 20th and 21st. Unfortunately, I will not be able to take part in that because I will be gone. I'll be out of town that weekend. So hopefully if you guys partake in that, good luck to you all. It sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun, but won't be able to get in on that. So other than that, yes, I mean, Shattered Destiny, the big release this week. Hopefully you guys got a comment in what your top 5 picks are from that from the midweek pack giveaway. And what was I gonna say? I don't know. Hopefully you got your name in there, because I have the entries here. I did not randomize them yet to tell you who the winners are, but I will do that after the video here and get those cards mailed out. Gosh, there's so much to talk about, I think, but a lot of you guys are just playing the draft. Drafting is the big thing right now. What's your favorite card so far that you of set 2? I don't know if I really have a favorite one yet. Like I said, I do like gosh, I don't know, it's so hard to pick. Let's just take a look through them real quick. Let's just filter by set. I do really like these dual shard cards. I did check it out, see if you could include more than 4, and you can't, so that's good. What would be my favorite card if I had to pick one right now off the top of my head? I would probably have to say, you know what? It's going to be a dragon card, because I tell you what, yesterday's draft in that right before when I had to actually concede in the 3rd round, I drafted Tia. I don't know how to pronounce her name, so I was going to say like Tianost. I don't know. She was in my final pack, so far right now I think she is going to be my favorite card. Because, obviously the card text says when you deal damage to opposing champion, you can void another card. So you can easily pick off your opponent's cards with this if it's doing damage to the champion there. If I had to pick another one, jeez, I don't know. There are so many good ones. This is Dandelion. This Demented Daisies here. Demented Daisies. Powerhouse in draft, I'll tell you that. I went up against a guy in the 2nd round that had 2 of these out, and they're tough. They're with the 4 health, and the only thing I had in my hand to deal direct damage was Boulder Toss. Boulder Toss is, you can basically pick, where is he at? He's gotta be around here somewhere. He's a 3-cost card, so anyway, you can pick one of your cards and you can deal its attack to damage a troop. And so it's a very powerful removal spell. It's only 3 costs too, and you know, that's the only thing I had that I could deal damage with, and I just didn't have a troop that was 4 attack or higher. Eventually got one, and that game went on a long time there, and I eventually got both of them off of his board, and I ended up winning that one. But yeah, Demented Daisies, look out for that one. A lot of people are saying that Mill might be coming back in this particular set here, and I can probably guess maybe so, you know, because you have Demented Daisies, and this one here is it's pretty good. You can put the top card on your controller's deck, and then you can sacrifice. You can bury the top 5 cards. So that's another way of removal. It's a pretty good card there. Let's see, Gore Master here. This guy, if you're playing a gain charge deck, this guy can get pretty big quickly, because he doubles his attack every time you gain a charge. So it's going to go 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, I mean, really quickly. So if you can pump him up just to 2, it's 2, 4, 8, 12, 24, 48. I mean, so you only got to gain 3, 4 charges in one turn to get him really big and beefy. So I mean, if you have Crackling Vortex, throw down, if you have a guy that, let's say you have Crackling Vortex, Crackling Boom, and then you have, you know, Inductocopter Bond, there's 4 charges right there. So he's pretty good, if you can get him to work. So you got to build around him though. So, but yeah, Crackling Boom, gain 4 health, granted charge. So I spoke about, I don't know how long I'm going on here, but I spoke about trying to make that health gain, deal damage, and do charge deck. That's what you're seeing right down here. I call it Gain to Death. Haven't played it against anybody yet other than the AI, and I've been tuning a little bit, and it seems to work really good. I think I need to change a little bit more stuff, a few more things with it, but I think it might be something. I don't know. I'm not sure. The only form of removal we got is Crackling Bot, Murder, and or Crackling Bolt, Murder, and Crackling Rot isn't really removal, but it can be used as removal. So the really cool thing about this is if you, let's see, what is it? If you have an Adamantine Scrivener out, and you have, let's see, an Arena Regular, and you have this guy out here, so, and you drop a troop, but the troop is going to gain health off of the Adamantine Scrivener. You're going to gain health, he's going to deal damage, and you pair him with, this is not the champion you pair him with, what I have selected, right here. Every 2 resources, deal 1 damage, gain 1 health, and you pair him with him. So every, you know, when you deal damage, or when you gain health off of this, you know, he gets damage dealt. So you're doing 2 damage every two charges. This thing's doing damage every time you lay a resource down. This is doing damage every time you lay a troop down. So I think it'll work. And then for some fill, you know, I've got the Guardian Angel here. When you draw a card, reveal it, you gain health. Well, it's not a fill card, but, you know, so you gain health. This guy's going to proc. This gains you a charge. So that procs the Arena Regular. And then I have the Incantation of Righteousness in here, is because every time you're gaining health, you know, this gets a charge counter activated on it, and then you get a Sentinel of Light. If you have 20 more health, all your troops have +2/+2. So it works. I just haven't played it against anybody other than the AI yet, because like I said, I'm still tweaking it. So we'll see. I think it's going to be something. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not the best constructed deck builder, but we'll see. So like I said, yes, I will. I got the entries for the set 1, set 2. So let's just go ahead and get on to this week's pack opening, and we'll take a look at it. I don't think I forgot anything. I think I went through everything. Maybe. I don't know. If you haven't seen the 100 pack opening, you can go and watch it. It starts out kind of slow because I'm going through all the cards. Like the first 50 cards take like an hour and a half, and then the second 50 take like 30 minutes. And the second 50 is actually linked at the end of that video if you want to take a look at that there. So, let's go ahead and open a pack and see what we're gonna get this week. All right, drop it in there. And I counted out, this is like 10 or 11 seconds how long it takes here. It's a rare, that's okay. Everybody could use cards these days right now, since we got a brand new pack. Alright, so we have Surprise Runt Gang, create 3 Battle Hoppers. This is Neophyte of Zorlox. Vary the top 2 cards for each troop, gain 1 health. Crackling Sprout. To the Skies. Oops. Crackling Boon. Wretched Wrangler. Arena Regular. Preservation. Murmurs from the Void. Recasaurus. Spam Bot. Those are the commons. Our uncommons are Cannon Volley. Fierce Warlord. Child of Rust. Yes, these were the 2 cards that I had in that last draft there. Fierce Warlord. So she, when this enters play, you know, give your cost 1 troops +1/+1. Let's see here, and our rare is going to be Kenyan Scout. 4 cost, 1 diamond threshold. He's a troop, but he can also play him on your opponent's turn since he has the keyword quick there. And he's a 3/5, and if you have at least 1 diamond threshold, which you're going to have anyway even to play him, so I'm not sure why that's even relevant. While this is in play or in your hand, you can see opposing underground troops. So let me know what your top 5 picks are for that pack, and we'll get those, and we'll give those away next Saturday. Let's see. Oh yeah, one other thing I was going to mention, there is a couple of cards. I think there's 1 card that they pulled out of the draft, so nobody can actually use it. I think it's Subterranean Spy. His ability is once he's underground, you can see the opposing champion's hand. That's not working. So they pulled it out of draft, so nobody complains about it. So just let you know in case you didn't know that. Other than that, if you want to let me know something other than your top 5 picks, let me know in the comments down below. If you liked the video, go and give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more Hex updates Saturdays, be sure to click that subscribe button down below, and we'll have another video for you soon.